Hello, and welcome to our MindFit Golf Club and another episode of It's Tea Time with myself, Neville Gaunt, and my very good friend, Director of Sports and PGA Coach, Tony Westwood.
Good morning, Neville. How are you today?
I'm very well. And looking
Good.
forward to a new season after the Masters has kicked us off in somewhat fantastic fashion.
Yeah, it is incredible, isn't it? The colours. I mean, I just remember from a kid in the 70s watching it and thinking, I want to be there. You know, grey old northwest of England in April. And then you see this blaze of colour hit the TV screens. It is just, the place never ceases to amaze me. It's absolutely fantastic. I know it's on our bucket list to go there one day. So, yeah, that'd be superb.
It certainly is. And straight into what we're going to be doing, because we're going to be doing a new series for you. And it's all going to be based around you improving your golf, as ever. And today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting with the letter A in the dictionary. And it's the letter that's really important for anybody, and it's called awareness. Now, what I'm going to ask Tony to do is give us a little potted history of the aha moment, another letter A, that he created an awareness drill. It didn't start like an awareness drill, trust me. He actually created this awareness drill. We know that it's unique, it's going to help you improve, but let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's hear it from Tony. Over to you, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Neville. It was, I suppose, around about 20 years ago now, over 20 years ago now, I decided we had to do golf coaching maybe a little bit differently. And that led me into, as we both know, lots of different disciplines, hypnosis, NLP, loads of personal development stuff. But one of the things I learned a great deal from when I was traveling, I spent time in Kiev in Ukraine. We ended up living in Portugal for 3 years. And when you start to coach in what isn't your first language, we know English is English, but we explain something to somebody who's not from the British Isles, the way we speak, they don't understand it. So I had to begin to check. I had to become aware of how I spoke to help people understand what they needed to do. So my golf coaching had to be different. I was working with a group of expats, and English or British people would think of expats as just being Brits abroad, but it's any nation in any country, anywhere in the world. And I was working with this group of people from all over mainland Europe. There was Dutch, there was Swedes, there was people from Denmark, people from Finland. And with Lisbon being a massive port, they all worked for the Port Authority. And they'd come to me because they all wanted to do something on a Sunday afternoon, and golf was the thing that they wanted to do. Ranged in ages from 20s through to 40s, and some of them brought the children along just to have a go and take part as well. So we're 2 weeks in to a 6 or 8 week course, and they're all making golf swings. As far as they're concerned, their golf swings are all very random and chaotic. They are making what they think is the same movement. I'm watching it and I can see that it's the same movement, but their understanding of where the club's coming back down to hit the golf ball changes from one swing to the next, purely and simply because they haven't done it enough yet. And it's while we were through the second session, one of the guys came up to me and he says, Tony, he said, I really don't get this. He says, I'm standing there and I swing the club, I hit one, it goes left. I swing the club, I hit one, it goes along the ground. I swing the club and one goes right. And then every now and then I make a swing, and it is the best feeling I've ever had swinging a club and hitting a golf ball. It is absolutely amazing. I just want to do it again. So I put another golf ball on the tee and I'm back to where I started with it, going left, right, along the ground or whatever. He says, why is that? He says, why am I making so many different swings? And at the time I would video their swings and explain to them that, look, there's your swing. You tell me how different it looks. And they're beginning to see that the swing's looking the same or certainly very similar all the time. So I thought, whilst I was wandering up and down the range, that gets my inner workings going. I think, well, what can I do to help them understand that they've got more control than they actually think they've got, and how they can become more aware of where the golf ball is. And something struck me about the actual act of learning to ride a bike. So when we learn to ride a bike, we might start with a tricycle, but eventually we'll go onto a bike that's got stabilizers on. And the stabilizers, as we all know, stop us from falling off. They help us find that middle ground called balance, which, by the way, is B in the alphabet for the MindFit Golf Club A to Z. So it helps us find that place in the middle called balance. When eventually we take the stabilizers off, we don't immediately ride the bicycle, we kind of wobble a little bit. But we found that middle ground. And I thought, well, maybe we could create a drill that would help people find the balance within the golf swing and understand where the golf ball is. So while I just snuck off to the end of the range, put a ball on the tee, I got set up to the golf ball, and for the purpose of the drill, I made sure I didn't move my feet backwards and forwards. That's very important. So I got set up to the golf ball, I swung the club back, and when I swung down, I made sure that I missed the ball on the outside. I got back to the golf ball, addressed the golf ball as if I was going to hit it again, kept my feet in the same place. This time I swung the club back, and when I swung the club down, I missed the ball on the inside. And then now finally I addressed the ball, and I just swung the club back, swung the club through, and hit the golf ball. And at the drill as we know it, the awareness drill was then created and was born. So I did it another couple of times, and I got everybody around me, and I did the demonstration, and I got them to do the drill themselves. And what was interesting, they didn't ask the question because it was very new for them. It's interesting, when I work with, let's say, existing golfers, people who've already played the game, I have occasionally been asked the question, when I've got them to set up to the golf ball, how do I miss it on the outside? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? How do you miss it on the outside? You just swing and miss. And golfers have been programmed into this idea that you don't swing and miss. You've got to swing and hit.
Yep.
So they lose that the ability to explore and discover what's actually possible. So after about 5 or 10 minutes of doing this drill, I asked everybody what it was like to them when they were then swinging the club. And everybody said, I now understand where the golf ball is. Don't ask me to explain how I know where the golf ball is. And in my terms, all I said, well, really, you now know where the golf ball is because you also know where it isn't as well. So you've explored the extremes of going outside and inside, and you know you need to be somewhere in the middle. And as we go through levels 2 and levels 3, then people will begin to understand, one, we make it more challenging, but it also has a different focus as well.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. It's as simple as that. Now, Tony and I have been working together for a number of years now, and I know that
10 years.
Yes, it is 10 years. Yep, it's double figures. My goodness, did the no, the train drivers, the train robbers got worse than we did. But but we have together, we've probably created more drills that we've discounted than we've actually included in MindFit Golf Club, because what we've done is practice, and more practice. I mean, Tony's a far better player than I am. I'm okay. I play reasonably well, but the main thing is, I'm a little guinea pig for the drills, and all of our friends and colleagues are guinea pigs for the drills. And if they can get on with them and use them and improve them, then they're in our club, they're in our bag, basically. That doesn't mean to say you have to use all of them, because each has its own particular purpose. But this is the way we're going to be kicking off this brand new concept for you. We're going to be calling it the MindFit Golf Club. We're going to be going through the ABC, because ABC is really quite simple. It's like 1, 2, 3. You need to get the basics in place. And what you probably heard from Tony was another word that he didn't use, but it was a C word, okay? And it's a nice C word called calibration. So as you're swinging the club, you are calibrating each shot. You're missing it on the outside, you miss it on the inside, then guess what? The third shot you hit. Now, the other thing that Tony mentioned there was you've immediately got miss it on the outside, tick. Miss it on the inside, another tick. Now hit the ball, another tick. To me, that's 100% perfection, isn't it, Tony?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you explain to golfers, I'd like to introduce you to a drill that would help you to practice with 100% perfection, they think, well, that can't be possible because we can't be 100% perfect. But the way the drills have been developed enable you to do that. The key thing is not for the golfer not to become too judgmental or have too much of an opinion about what it is they're doing. All they have to do, there's a great clip I think we'll share at some point. I'll send the link to you, Neville, and maybe we can discuss it in one of the It's Tea Times. And it's Lee Trevino talking to a group of golfers, and he's just explaining to them that at this tournament he's playing at, there's a load of pros practicing behind it. And he's explaining to the guys, says, these guys behind me are really, really good. But you try to change their golf swing, fundamentally, it would be very, very difficult because they've all got their golf swing. And he mentioned something that we talk about a lot. We all walk, but we all walk differently. We all run. Well, the younger viewers can probably run. You and me maybe create a nice little uncomfortable shuffle along the road. But we all run, but we all run differently. It's all classified as running or walking. Well, for me, golf has to be individual. I want to find your best golf swing or Fred's best golf swing or Susan's best golf swing because it's going to be their golf swing. And when they develop their golf swing, they have ownership of it. And then they can begin to repeat it rather than trying to work through a series of positions thinking that it's going to help them hit a good golf shot. So we've got to think of, we're helping you to find your golf swing. It's how you miss it on the outside, how you miss it on the inside, and then how you hit the golf ball. And from that will help us to help you move forwards.
Exactly. And this is a journey, and it's a journey for everybody. And even now, you know, I go down the driving range at least once a week, I would say. I do that drill because it's a great warm-up drill. And I actually feel good. I get more confident about the fact that I've just hit 3 shots and only hit 1 ball, and I've done it all perfectly. Because guess what? When I hit the ball, it does go down the driving range. Sometimes not quite where I expected it to go, but that's a different story.
Remember last year I did that work with the Leicestershire County seniors.
Yes.
I did the drill, and I did level 1. And I got them all to do it. So that was level 1. I took them through level 2, which we'll explore in the next video, the next It's Tea Time. And then I took them through level 3. So these are all single-figure handicap golfers from scratch up to 5 or 6 handicap. So I'm there demonstrating them. And, you know, I've done them many, many times now. And I just kind of do them. I'm talking while I'm doing them. And I miss it here, miss it there. Level 2, level 3, etc. And they all went back to the places and thought, all right, okay, that looked really quite simple. By the time they got to level 2, all of a sudden it was like, well, this isn't that easy, is it? Oh, wow, he just made that look so easy, didn't he? Why are we all struggling? They got to level 3 and they were tearing the hair out. It was like they had to really begin to focus because they've got this idea that, well, I'm already a good golfer. I'm a single figure, I'm below 5 handicap golfer. And they were learning stuff about their own golf swings that they never ever imagined they could do. And it is absolutely, it's fascinating to go through it and to see somebody make the changes, minute changes that help them to improve without us having to get involved is absolutely brilliant.
And that's the whole point. This is about you enjoying the game, you know, breaking down the fundamentals that we do for you, and you just go in and put the practice in. because we want to put fun back in the game. Because the more fun you're having, the more times you want to play. And we do know that fun is infectious, don't we, Tony?
Oh, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
And what we really want is everyone coming off the 18 greens with a big smile on their face. Now, that doesn't mean to say they're going to come, you know, they're going to go round and scratch, or they're going to go, you know, they're going to hit their handicap, or going to go round in par. But it's going to go, they're going to go round and having enjoyed the game, because that's what it's all about. Because
Absolutely.
even the best golfers in the world, I mean, look at McIlroy at the Masters. He didn't even make the cut. I mean,
No.
that was, and he was tipped to be one of the top guys, one of the two guys that were going to win. So the thing about this is, it happens to us all, and we've just got to start building from the basics, and that's the whole purpose of the MindFit Golf Club. So we hope you've enjoyed today. As Tony says, the drill will be attached to the video. It's a very simple drill. Just put one ball down, miss it on the outside, miss it on the inside, and then hit it. And do it time and time and time again. So just to feel comfortable, because you never know when you're going to need that funny shot that goes round a tree, as we saw in the Masters. Lots of them came out. They don't practice those shots, by the way, but they bring them out of their armory. So again, we hope you've had a bit of fun today. We're going to take it up to level 2 and level 3. So we're not going to hold it back from you. They're going to come in our time, so you can go and practice, because any practice makes permanent, but the right practice makes perfect. We're giving you the right practice. Anyway, that's it for It's Tea Time. Level 1 awareness drills. And goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Have a great day, everybody, and enjoy your practice. There's no need to make it any more complicated than you think it actually is. And believe me, kids can do it, so have fun.
Absolutely. Let's just be a big kid. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.